Hey Bloxbuggers, this is your monthly Bloxburg news for July 2025. Starting with the headlines, we had a community poll to pick the newest locations added in the town. We got 5 new super cute pre-builds, Bloxburg made a mini map to help you get around the new map, the team updated us on the upcoming school, we got a teaser for the upcoming update, and then the game updated to 11.1.0, bringing 3 new map locations, lots of items and more. We got 4 new movies in the theater, and then we also got a bunch of different smaller hotfix updates throughout the month. Plus we also have our 5 builds of the month too, so let's get into it. This month was honestly more eventful than expected. Like, after the huge map revamp and more back in June, I thought this would be a bit quieter, but it's really nice to see the game's activity still being increased, especially when I'm guessing the developers are probably taking a very well-deserved break. But anyways, let's go all the way back to the 1st of July, when we actually already had our first hotfix of the month. So Bloxburg posted a tweet explaining what was fixed, and this reads, "Hey Bloxbuggers, we just released a fix in new servers for items disappearing in build mode when being moved around or replaced. We hear your feedback and we are actively working on improving both the lighting and the grass, which we hope to have released in the next coming days." Even I got quite a few comments about the build mode bugs, and there was definitely quite a lot of bugs from the map revamp. However, the majority of them have been patched pretty quickly, and the lighting was definitely something people were the most bothered about. So throughout July, we did also see a lot of changes regarding this too. The very next day, on July the 2nd, out of nowhere, we also got a brand new community poll regarding new locations in Bloxburg, and it was pretty exciting. This poll read, "Hey Bloxbuggers, as most of you may know, the empty buildings in our town are placeholders for future locations. We felt these look better than leaving open spaces in the meantime. We've already been working on a few new spots, but we love your input. Which location would you like to see added first? Cast your vote below." Then we could vote between the flower shop, cosmetic shop, laundromat, and dance studio. The votes automatically closed a day later, and flower shop actually won with 38.9% of the vote. The laundromat was in second place at 30.4%, the cosmetic shop was in third at 16.2%, and finally the dance studio received the least votes with 14.5%. This also got people very excited anyways, because a lot of players didn't even realize that there were plans to add things into the filler buildings in the town, so this was a great update for them to get very excited for. The next day, on July the 3rd, we got a brand new pre-build added to the game, built by the YouTuber Alaska Violet. This pre-build is called Valley Vogue, and it's a super cute modern house. It definitely looks very luxurious, and she did an amazing job. In fact, we've been getting tons of pre-builds recently, which is amazing to see. But once again, the very next day, we got even more Bloxburg content. On the 4th of July, Bloxburg posted a tweet saying, "Hey Bloxbuggers, feeling a little lost in the new map? Don't worry, we've got you covered. Check out this image we put together to help you find your way around." And this image is actually a really helpful labeled map of the new map. It's great to use if you're still getting used to the new layout, so I do recommend saving this if you still do get a bit lost. It's definitely been quite an overwhelming change, so it was really cool of them to post this. Plus, it just looks super cute, honestly. I just think it's adorable. But moving on, a few days later, on the 9th of July, we actually got another hotfix, and this was quite a big one. So this hotfix removed trees and streetlights that were in front of the plots, which was something a lot of players were complaining about. It also fixed a few issues where entering build mode would sometimes cause UI errors or for the game to get stuck, and it also fixed an issue where the family tree phone app couldn't be closed. It fixed several issues with the pizza delivery job, fixed various map issues such as floating signs, missing collisions, misplaced materials, and geometry gaps. It added a sound effect when hovering over buttons, and removed the ability to order food from the telephone booth. So there was a lot of little improvements made with this, but the next day, on July the 10th, we got our second pre-build of the month created by the YouTuber Faulty. This one is actually a beach house called Beachside Bliss, and honestly, I think this might be one of my favorite pre-builds of all time. It's such an adorable little beach house, and it is definitely perfect for the new beach spots too. He did a great job on this one. 24 hours later, on July the 11th, there was yet again another hotfix made to the game, and this one was also an exciting one as it fixed another hugely complained about issue, this being the fact that players couldn't connect their plots with the main road, and Bloxburg actually added a pretty clever temporary fix for this. So what they did to help with this is they increased the maximum size of the simple carpet, so you can now use it as a driveway. So they basically on purpose added a build hack, which I just thought was kind of funny. In the rest of the hotfix, they also improved world lighting and skybox, fixed the issue where some customers didn't want your pizza during delivery, and added the option to change the material on the hay bales. The same day, they also released a brand new video on their official YouTube channel titled Bloxburg School Update and Other Plans. Now this went over a ton of different things, and as usual, I am just gonna read a summary of this video, and by this I mean my assistant Alicia summarized it for me. So in this video, they basically said that they were making polls to decide what to add into the filler buildings. They talked about planning to increase the number of plot spaces in the future after development and testing if possible, as well as adding the ability to add driveways over sidewalks. They also mentioned mention the new movies in the theaters coming to the next update, as well as adding the new buildings and items and textures that will apparently inspire builders. They mentioned how they were still on track to release the school by fall, and how the school would have classes with activities based on the subjects and a schedule for everyone, as well as school grades and the ability to have a customizable locker. They're also going to add the school items into build mode, and following the interface update will focus on changing build mode before the end of the year. And finally, they talked about fixing bugs like pizza delivery, getting stuck in build mode, gaps in the map, and exploits and cheats. This video will be linked below if you'd like to watch all of it and hear everything more in depth, but I also posted a video yesterday going over all of the information that we have on the school so far too. So I will also link that down below as well. But moving on, 3 days later on July the 14th, we got a cute tweet saying which parts of the new Bloxburg map have you and your friends explored so far, with a little picture of some people gliding in the new map, which is very cute. Then the next day on July the 15th, we actually got a brand new teaser to July's update, and it was a pretty cool one. So the teaser was in the form of like a TikTok trend video where Jimbo, the gym owner, was showing his daily routine, and in this video he actually teases 3 new map locations, these being the public pool, the laundromat, and the new flower store. Bloxburg captioned this video with "We were just as torn as you were, so instead of adding just 1 new location, we're adding 3," which also confirms the fact that it was 3 new locations coming in the update, and nobody expected this at all. Obviously we thought we were only getting 1 new location. It was also a very creative teaser and I really enjoyed this one. But on July the 17th, 2 days later, we got the 11.1.0 update, which added the 3 new locations plus a bunch more. We of course got the public pool, flower shop, and laundromat, which all looked incredible, as well as a new NPC called Fiona in the flower shop. And fun fact, she's actually Bloxburg's first amputee NPC with a prosthetic limb, as she actually has a mechanical arm, and I think that's a really cool addition to the game. The update also brought a bunch of new items, some being from the new locations and some that also seem to be from the new school. Like we got like a water fountain and a trophy cabinet and more stuff like that, so it does seem like they have added some of the new school items early. We also got a ton of new tile textures and 2 new pre-builds, the first being Barista Bay by Robuild and the second being Hawks Ridge Hall by Capdo. And the final addition in this update was actually 4 new movies added into the theater. These 4 new movies are Toast by Dashi Washi, The Coffee Shop by T-Plays, Life by Lobotomy Muse, and Evolution of Love by Girl Meets Bloxburg, and they're all super cute. Make sure you go and watch them at the theater whilst you still can, they're all amazing. But next up on July the 22nd, Bloxburg posted a tweet saying, "Hey Bloxburgers, missed last week's update, check out what some of our content creators had to say." And then they linked 4 creators in the program's videos on the update, which were Peter Preds, Feeberries, Fessies, and mine. So thanks for the promo, Bloxburg. A couple days later on the 24th of July, we got another Prebuilt and another hotfix update. The Prebuilt was built by the YouTuber Fessie and it's called Homely Hacienda and it looks super cool. And then focusing on the hotfix, the changes are as follows. So dragonflies will no longer spawn inside the laundromat. They added a pull lane rope item to build mode. Flower bouquets now go into your inventory again. They tweaked the speed limit so it's now removed around neighborhoods and plots. And then there was a couple other minor bug fixes, but the next day on July the 25th, we also got another small bug fix to do with the daily objective tasks. Now this was actually because the task told players to buy a hot chocolate from the gas block station. However, they didn't even sell hot chocolate, so Bloxburg very quickly had to fix this to make sure that no one would lose their daily objective streak. The last thing to happen this month in the game was the addition of another prebuilt today, which is the Rosegate Residence by True Reese's, which is an incredibly fancy home and it honestly looks so gorgeous. And that's pretty much everything that happened in July. So now of course let's move on to our 5 builds of the month, where I basically just show you 5 builds I saw this month that I thought were kind of cool. Starting off strong, we have these food hacks by Froggy Plays. So if you have ever been on like the Bloxburg side of Twitter before, I guarantee you've seen some of his work. He makes these incredible kind of food builds. Like look how detailed all of this is. I love like the little lemon slices and the baked potatoes. It genuinely makes me hungry. They are so incredibly cool. And then next up, we also have this build by Ziftang, which is like a train house building thing. Okay, I don't exactly know what to call it, but it is amazing. My jaw dropped when I saw this. The detail is so insane. It's so beautiful. It reminds me of something from like a Studio Ghibli movie, honestly. Up next, we have this adorable ice cream shop by Proto Bread Maker. I love this so much. They've done such a great job on the kind of giant ice cream details on the roof. These look really cool, and this is a very summery build. Then we have these Chanel mannequins built by Francis Builds, and I'm sorry, but these are the most beautiful things I have ever seen. How is this even possible? They are so crazy talented. These look so realistic, it's insane. But finally, we have what looks like a cafe exterior by It's Julia, which is so cute. The detail looks amazing, and I love kind of like the trees and everything. It's so adorable. Also, the grass path looks super cool. I love it. But that is all of the builds for this month, and that brings us to the end of July's monthly Bloxburg news. I can't wait for August, and I will see you guys guys all next month. However, as usual, all my channel members, nitro boosters, and merch buyers will be on screen now. Thank you so much for joining the channel, boosting my Discord server, and buying my merch. I love you all. And in general, I love you all so much, glossettes. XOXO, Glossy Girl.